Hey there, I'm Zimnoch, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to be in a running by simply following agent instructions. So recently, I listed a property that needed a ton of work, so it was a flip opportunity for investors, right? Because it needed that much work. Knowing that, I knew I'm going to get a ton of phone calls, a ton of activity, a ton of offers, right? The moment the property hits the market, right? That's just how this business is. So as an agent listing that type of property, I really take it serious in taking my time and figuring out the right instructions that I'm going to put in the MLS, in the communication for the agents to see that are going to potentially bring their clients, right? To look at this house. This communication is between agent and agent only, so the public cannot see this, right? So I do it in a way, in a strategic way, where I can make it as simple for my team and I, and as most efficient to be able to accept all of that just volume of communication and offers, all of it, right? Because it's a lot, trust me, right? So with that said, how do you, if you're the agent that's maybe about to submit an offer on this type of a property, or you're an investor and sees this property hit the market and wants to call me directly to offer on the property, how do you actually stay in a running, right? To be considered and be almost what I would say, not annoying, right? And I'll tell you what I mean by this, to the seller's agent, which in this situation was me. So simply put, just follow the instructions, please. And one thing I would point out, if you're an investor, this is an example where if you're an investor and you are not licensed and you don't have access to the MLS, you are at a disadvantage, unfortunately. And early on in my show, I've talked about the advantages of having a license. This is one of them. Right? Because you can't see my instructions that I put out there to the agents to see. So if you don't see it, you might actually not follow the instructions, but you don't even know you're not following the instructions, right? Because you're just looking at it on the public view online. So when it comes to the instructions that I wrote, here's what I put in there, right? I try to be very strategic, simple, and to the point, right? So first thing I said was no showings, that we have one open house between 11 and 1 p.m. on Sunday, no blind offers. So meaning if you're not at the open house, you can't even submit an offer. And I put in capital letters, text with questions, right? That was it. And then email offers to me, my email, of course, right? And I did that because I want to mainly, honestly, just keep track of everything. Because I knew, like I said in the beginning, like I was just going to get bombarded, right? And sure enough, I got bombarded. And sure enough, agents and investors did not follow the instructions. And it became very difficult for me to track everything. And, right, because if I have it in a text format, it's so easy for me to track. That's the reason I did that. So if you start not following instructions, right? I had agents and investors actually even ask me, oh, by the way, I can't be there on Sunday at that time. Can I come before or after? It's like, you know, the answer is going to be no. There's a reason I put that there, right? So it's just yet another question now I have to answer while I'm getting bombarded with people that are really serious, right? That I need to keep track for my client, right? So I did that for a reason. So I'm just saying, like, just follow it. That's it. Just simply follow it. And you'll be in a running and you won't annoy the listing agent. Okay? Just trust me. And honestly, it's as simple as that. But it's really, it surprises me how often agents and investors don't do this. And I know for a fact, because of it, they lose opportunities. And it's not because the agent, like myself or the other agents, are like trying on purpose, be like, no, I don't want to even talk to you, or because you didn't follow my instructions. Just, you might just get lost in the shuffle of just the craziness that is happening on our end that you're not even aware of. Because you're thinking you're like, I don't know, maybe you think you're the only one, but you're not. There's a lot of investors looking at these opportunities. So if you really want to create a win-win, follow the instructions.